21 places ruined by mass tourism. Tourism can be an amazing driver for economic prosperity for some countries. It creates jobs for the locals, brings in money, and generally stimulates a country's local economy in a significant way. Some countries are even entirely reliant on tourism for their economic operations. But tourism is also becoming a nightmare in some places, and some governments have had to react and enact rules to maintain order in their popular tourist areas. Here is a list of places where tourism is so popular, it has become a nightmare for the locals. Stick around and watch until the end to find out what place is number 1 on this list. In the meantime, take a guess as to what you think number 1 is, and find out if you were right. Number 21. Iceland. It's difficult to think of a more it destination in the last decade than Iceland. However, there are concerns about the environmental impact of increased tourism, the impact on local quality of life, and whether the tourism boom is a bubble that will burst. This could pose serious economic challenges in a country of only 360,000 people, issues that have been extensively covered by local media outlets such as the English-language Reykjavik Grapevine. Furthermore, some people believe that attractions like the Blue Lagoon are overrated. Number 20. The Greek islands Mykonos and Santorini. Did anyone visit a place if it wasn't posted on Instagram? When it comes to Greek islands, one could be forgiven for thinking so. Some locals even recommend avoiding Santorini and Mykonos, as well as any Greek island with an airport, if you want to have an authentic Greek experience. Number 19. Ibiza. Sun, sand, and surf. Clubs. There are also crowds. There are many people. What else has happened in Ibiza recently? People are recommending going to parts of the Spanish island that don't have bars and nightclubs these days because crowds are so intense. Number 18. Bali. Some people in Australia and New Zealand joke that the Indonesian island of Bali is Sydney North. According to Ben Groundwater of Traveler.com.au, it can feel that way in places, where you're just as likely to hear people say "G'day" and "Kia ora" as you are to meet locals. There are still places where you can get away from it all, but it takes some effort. Number 17. Machu Picchu. According to the Inca Trail Machu blog, there are now 2,500 tickets available per day due to the high demand. They are only valid for 4 hours, do not permit re-entry, and cost $50 for adults. According to the Peruvian Times, selfie sticks have been banned, and the issues will persist in 2022. 6 tourists were detained after human feces was discovered inside the Temple of the Sun. More tourists may also arrive. Last year, work began on a multi-billion-dollar international airport at Machu Picchu, which would transport visitors directly to the ancient site. Thousands of people signed a petition to halt construction, but the Peruvian government has stated that it will proceed. Number 16. Mount Everest. A limited number of days, too many people, too many inexperienced people, inadequate support. Those all came together, and that's where we saw the majority of the deaths. Alan Arnett, a veteran climber and Mount Everest expert who has studied the overcrowding issue for years, told Business Insider earlier this year. 11 people died on Everest this year, and images posted on social media of a massive line to the summit shocked many people. While hundreds of people now reach the summit each year, many more simply trek to base camp, leaving behind several tons of garbage and human waste. To summarize, the world's highest peak is being desecrated. Number 15. Dubai. According to Gulf Business, Dubai is one of the most visited cities in the world and has the highest tourist spend, a whopping $553 per person per day, nearly double that of second-place Paris, where tourists spend $296 per person per day. However, with so many visitors spending so much money, personal space can be scarce literally, as anyone who has tried to book a cabana or table at one of the Emirates beach clubs can attest. It remains to be seen how the much-anticipated Expo 2022 will impact things. Number 14. Petra, Jordan. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade's climax was shot in Petra, Jordan. While it is an impressive sight that can evoke all kinds of treasure-hunting fantasies, it appears that many other people have the same idea. crowds can be pushy, merchants even pushier, not to mention price gouges. And the overall experience can feel anything but like an escape from everyday life. Number 13. Venice, Italy. So many stories have been written about overtourism and Venice that they've almost become synonyms in many people's minds. Locals have long expressed concern about their city becoming Veniceland, according to Du Academy. Number 12. Switzerland's Lake Lucerne. The word crowded appears frequently in online reviews of Lucerne and its surroundings. According to Swissinfo, it's been a problem for a while, and it's no surprise that it's especially bad during the hot summer months. Number 11. Portland, Oregon. Yes, people do put birds on things from time to time, as seen in the cult IFC show Portlandia. But, and this is coming from someone who grew up near the Rose City, many of the things depicted in the series, to put it mildly, stretch reality. The issue is that many people seem to believe that Portland is all about honest folk music, quirky coffee shops, and nostalgia for the 90s. It isn't. In fact, you'll see more dads than piercings and tribal tattoos at Old Navy. Number 10. Dubrovnik, Croatia. Dubrovnik was the filming location for King's Landing in HBO's wildly popular Game of Thrones adaptation. And much like Daenerys Targaryen's army was able to storm the city, real-life Dubrovnik is struggling against hordes of smartphone and selfie stick-wielding tourists. The number of cruise ships allowed to dock each day has been limited, according to The Independent. However, it may be insufficient to win the battle. Number 9. Forks, Washington. Forks, Washington, and the surrounding Olympic National Park are breathtaking on their own. Growing up nearby, I can tell you that Forks and the surrounding Olympic Peninsula have an almost supernatural beauty. The towering old-growth forests, carpeted in soft, moist moss, are just so unbelievably green. While there are no vampires or werewolves, sorry for the disappointment, there are bears and cougars. And unlike Edward Cullen, they are unlikely to fall in love with any humans they meet. Number 8. Burning Man. As an increasing number of celebrities, the ultra-wealthy, and even ordinary people attend Burning Man in the Nevada desert each year, there is concern that the event may be losing its way. Following backlash from fellow attendees, the most recent edition banned a $100,000 a ticket influencer camp. Number 7. Berlin. Berlin is, as it always is, poor but sexy, as former Mayor Klaus Wowereit famously declared. However, more people want to fully immerse themselves in Berlin. Just look at how long the lines are these days to get into Berghain. Rising rents and gentrification are also destroying the vibe, and it's difficult to make money from a club. Number 6. Maldives. The Maldives have become synonymous with luxurious tropical getaways. But all of those fancy overwater bungalows are full of tourists, not locals. According to The Independent, environmental impact is a concern. Then there's the issue of climate change and rising sea levels. According to The Telegraph, many of the country's islands could be underwater by the end of the century. Number 5. La Pelosa, Sardinia. La Pelosa is one of the world's most beautiful beaches, and as such, it is extremely popular. During the summer, up to 6,000 people visit the beach during the day. To combat the ever-increasing influx, officials in Stintino, about 2 miles away, plan to start charging visitors admission. Mayor Antonio Diana stated that it is expected to cost around €4 or $4.40 to help reduce tourist numbers to around 1,500 visitors per day. Number 4. Maya Bay, Thailand. Maya Bay, which was expected to close until 2021, was dealing with up to 5,000 tourists per day, which the BBC reports was harming native coral. Boracay in the Philippines was closed for similar reasons, but it has since reopened. Number 3. Hallstatt, Austria. When insiders Rachel Hosey visited, she wrote that Hallstatt appears to be straight out of a fairy tale. Despite the admirable buildings and natural scenery of Hallstatt, I found it difficult to enjoy it, she said. I was craving space, peace, and quiet, and was desperate to find somewhere that wasn't crammed with people. Number 2. Taj Mahal, India. To try to reduce overcrowding, Authorities imposed fines on people who stayed at the Taj Mahal for an extended period of time. According to CNN, ticket prices have also been raised. However, the site is in jeopardy due to overcrowding and neglect. Number 1. Amsterdam, Netherlands. Amsterdam's I Amsterdam sign was iconic, so much so, according to DAZN, that it was removed in part due to concerns that it encouraged mass tourism. Tours of Amsterdam's well-known red light district will also be prohibited beginning in 2020. So guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about the video? Let us know in the comment section below. If you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.